There's wild, and then there's West Virginia wild. And tucked deep in the heart of the Monongahela National Forest, you'll find one of the most remote and unforgiving stretches of wilderness east of the Mississippi, none other than the Cranberry Wilderness. This is 47,000 acres of raw Appalachian backcountry. No blazes, no bridges, no cell service. Just dense rhododendron thickets, unmaintained trails, steep climbs, and enough water crossings to keep your boots soaked for miles. It's also, for the record, a federally designated black bear sanctuary, which sounds a lot cooler until you're camping out next to a waterfall in the middle of nowhere at 2 a.m., wondering if you're on the guest list. This trip was a one-night 20-mile backpacking loop that I planned with Ryan from Mountains into Memories, and we didn't come here for an easy stroll. Over the course of 2 days, we battled off and on rain, bushwhacked through overgrown trails, climbed close to 3,000 feet in elevation, and camped out in late November temps that dropped down into the 30s overnight. But what we got in return made it all worth it. Towering red spruce trees, plateaus blanketed in moss like something out of the Pacific Northwest, and some of the darkest, clearest night skies I've ever seen. We hiked past hidden waterfalls, followed the sounds of the Middle Fork River deep into the forest, and ended the trail walking through an emerald carpet of moss beneath a cathedral of spruce. This place doesn't make anything easy, but that's kind of the point. You earn every view, every mile, every soggy footstep. So grab your gear, get ready for an all-new backpacking journey, and join us as we take on the Cranberry Wilderness. Gold is at the Valero.
Luckily we're doing the park now.
Alrighty folks, well good morning and welcome back to an all new episode, an all new adventure, and an all new backpacking trip. And as you can see, we're back here in the Monongahela National Forest, and I'm joined by none other than Ryan from Mountains into Memories. You know, whenever you see him, we got a pretty epic adventure planned. We are here in the Cranberry Wilderness. We have a 2 to 3 day trip planned. We're going to be descending all day, hopefully linking up with a waterfall, camping there tonight. It is 50 degrees. Very moody, typical Maxim Outdoors adventure here, but it's going to be a good one. So there's no blazes, there's no bridges. If there's blowdowns, they're still there. They try to leave this as natural as can be. It's going to be an adventure. One of the things is this is supposedly one of the tougher areas to navigate. So we have our Garmin, we have GPS, satellite, all kinds of different options. So yeah, from what I've read, it's quite a challenge to try and navigate. We're going to be doing over close to 20 miles over the next 2 to 3 days. Yeah, this is the Cranberry Wilderness. This has been on my list for a while now. I just wish it was a little bit warmer. Yeah,
a little bit warmer.
Also, it's the first day of November, so I mean, this is to be expected. And to top it all off, if all that isn't crazy enough, this is considered a black bear sanctuary. So yeah. But we're going to get the bags on and we are going to trek on down to our waterfall campsite. Hopefully this area is in a drought, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, all right, I'm excited. Let's get going.
Find Narnie.
Start of another adventure. Wow, I didn't think we were gonna run into Narnia until tomorrow. We are just a stone's throw away from Ryan's truck. But check this area out. Red spruce, moss-covered logs, boulders, pretty much everywhere you look. Looks to be a very healthy, vibrant forest, tons of saplings. Wow. Very, very dense. You almost feel like you're in the Pacific Northwest here. Really cool area. I'm glad we got a little bit of a moody morning to start things off here. It's going to be warm here, unseasonably warm for November. It's going to be up into the 70s the next 2 days. So yeah, fingers crossed it's not going to get too cold, but I think as we descend on down into the valley, the warmer and warmer it's going to get. If you're curious about my bag weight, it's coming in a little under 30 pounds, probably around 27 to 28 pounds, and that's with water. I have about 3 liters of water on me, so yeah, feeling good. Like I said earlier, we're going to be descending pretty much all day, and yeah, should be a good one. Birches, I think, with my leaf builder. Birches seems like it always gets this water on.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Well, not too much to see, but as you can see behind me, there's Ryan Trail Junction. We are descending on down still on our route down to Gauley Creek or Gauley River. We are on the Middle Fork Trail. I'll put a little trail map of exactly the loop that we're doing. Like I said, just under 20 miles. We're going to be hiking the Middle Fork all day today, and then tomorrow ascending up the north-south trail for about 11 miles. But yeah, not a lot to see. We have descended a good 300 to 400 feet, kind of just hiking on through this tree tunnel. The spruce is getting more sporadic the lower we get here. We're running into more birch, a lot less moss, and a whole lot more mud. So yeah, the weather's clearing up. Not as much rain, not as much fog, but yeah, good day. I think we're making really good time. So we're going to continue our trek down. So let's get going. Yeah, this isn't like that. Good. Continuing our descent on down to Gauley Creek, Gauley River, whatever it is. As you can see, the moss is slowly but surely dissipating as we continue on down the mountain. The moss has kind of got traded in for a lot of this leaf litter. But yeah, we are making really good time. I hate to say that because I think I always jinx myself, but as you can see, a lot of ferns, a lot of spruce, and every once in a while you'll hike through a nice little birch forest, which is what's littering this forest floor. The trail is a little bit muddy in some areas. As I was telling Ryan, this mountain here probably just gets that mist and fog every morning, just making this area pretty much moist throughout the entire year. As for the black bear sanctuary, I have no idea where or how it got that protection. I'm guessing maybe black bear were maybe hunted to extinction in this area, so they designated this a black bear sanctuary. But from some of the other posts that I read, like on Facebook and stuff, it sounds like they lifted that designation. So I don't want to give you the wrong info, but if they lifted it, that means that the population here is most likely healthy. So yeah, we've only seen 2 other cars in the parking area, so this area does not get used too much. So yeah, maybe we'll run into a bear along this trip. Here's a nice little view of one of the tributaries heading on down to Gauley River, and a nice little campsite right down from us. But yeah, I figured I'd give you a little trail update here as we continue our big descent on down to our waterfall campground. So I'll see you at the next stop. Well, the further we get into the trail, the narrower and narrower it gets as we hike on through these sapling red spruce. And it's not really raining out anymore, but I'm just getting soaked from walking through all these branches. So struggling with that right now. Definitely am looking forward to getting to camp and getting a fire going and drying out everything, including my boots. But other than that, the trail has been better than expected. But yeah, very wet conditions out here today. And yeah, definitely want to be careful in conditions like this, especially when it's going to drop down to the 30s overnight. Last thing you want to do is be drenched and freezing out in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully we can get a fire started tonight.
I know.
All right, well, our descent continues here. Just looked at all trails. We are a good 3.5 miles in. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really nice trail. I mean, can't complain whenever you're descending pretty much all day. We're still following along the middle fork as we continue on down. Some nice little cascades, as you can see, as it cuts on through. We've pretty much said goodbye to the red spruce as we get further and further down into this holler here. As you can see, a lot of beech trees now, birch trees, including this big yellow birch behind me. We were just talking about some of this chaga here. If you're ever looking to get a good fire started, break off one of these pieces, and this is a really good way of getting a fire started. 3.5 miles down, we got what, 15 some to go. So. Look at a tunnel right now. Yeah. Starting to get fun now. This is why it's called a wilderness area here, folks. As we hike through a rhododendron tunnel. Look at this place. This is pretty awesome. Well, as you can see, spoke too soon whenever I was complimenting the trail. It seems to always happen to me. We just came through a nice little rhododendron tunnel, and as you can see, some of these spruce trees have seen better days. Some of these still have needles on them, so this is somewhat recent, but we are following along the trail here, and as you can see, this is what we have to go through now. But this is life in the wilderness. If you want a challenge, this is where you want to go. This isn't your typical walk in the park per se. Very little trail maintenance, if any, but that's why it's a wilderness. So yeah, part of the fun. So let's get going. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, this is dense stuff back here, guys. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be one of those days where you have to have multiple wardrobe changes. We stopped for lunch there for a few seconds, and it gets cold whenever you're not moving, especially whenever you're brushing through all this vegetation. I think we're hoping to get to camp around 3:30 to 4, which will give us a good solid probably 2 hours of daylight, since we'll be down in this valley. It's gonna get dark early here as I almost eat it. We're standing there having a little lunch break, and one of these branches just fell down, I don't know, 20 feet away from us. A big branch. Scared the crap out of us. So who knows, maybe it was Sasquatch.
That's really neat.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling too confident about this weather right now. Looked at the forecast before we got here, and it was saying highs in the low 70s, going down to 38. But there is a cold front moving into this area, and these mountains just make up their own weather. There is some pretty big gusts coming through here, and the rain really has not let up throughout the day. So definitely starting to get me a little worried here, but fingers crossed we'll get to camp at a decent time and get a nice fire going so we can dry out. But yeah, you never know here up in the mountains of West Virginia what's gonna blow in over the mountains. It could snow tonight for all we know, really. Well, as you can see, we are still continuing our descent. We have made it back along the middle fork here, and I believe we are going to make our first creek crossing. One of two today, if I read the maps right. See all kinds of rhododendron, some hardwoods, oaks, birches, you name it. But yeah, so far so good. Our feet are a little bit wet. I think we got about 2 miles left to go. All right, and it looks like we have made it to creek crossing number 2 for the day. All right, well, according to my map, we are probably only about a half a mile away from the campsite, but the trail has gotten pretty rugged and nasty here within the last quarter of a mile. A lot of blowdowns. We had to kind of navigate around the trail, if you want to call it that. But yeah, it's been fun walking on slippery leaves and rocks here for the last several minutes. This is the trail right now as we push on through some rhododendron, but we should be almost there. I wouldn't be surprised if the waterfall's right there. So we're gonna keep pushing on, and like I said, hopefully we can make it there by 3:30 and get a nice little fire going if I don't eat it. Oh yeah, that was nice. Almost did a split for you guys. Oh geez. All right, well, it is just 5 minutes before 3. You can see Middle Fork behind me here, and if you look very closely, there's a fire ring just on through the rhododendron. You can see Ryan, he's gonna start his third and final creek crossing for the day, and if you look very closely, there is about a 15-foot tall waterfall just on through some of the shrubbery here. So we're gonna set up camp somewhere over in here, get a fire going, and that's gonna wrap up day 1. So yeah, not bad. We got here before 3, made really good time, and tomorrow we'll have nearly 12 miles to do. So tomorrow's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be mostly uphill. There's a trail junction not too far down from where we are right now, but yeah, I'm ready to get this bag off and have a good old night. So yeah, it's been a good day. So let's get to creek crossing. That's really freaking slippery right here.
Yeah. That's a pretty one.
I'm drenched. My shoes are just saturated. Socks are saturated. But hey, we made it to camp. Here's our nice little fire ring. We'll probably throw the tents up somewhere in this vicinity. And as you can see, the waterfall is off in the distance. And I figured I would take you folks over and show you for the first time. So let's take a little walk. Absolutely beautiful area. Monongahela National Forest, Cranberry Wilderness. This is supposedly one of the most remote, secluded areas east of the Mississippi. Oh wow. Yeah, that is pretty darn awesome. Probably about, I don't know, say 15-foot tall. Nice little waterfall tucked away here in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, we're gonna get camp set up. Fire is a priority right now, just to get everything dry before it drops down into the 30s tonight. But right now it's very tolerable. I think it's probably in the 60s, but yeah, we gotta get some priority work done here before having some fun. So yeah, nice little waterfall. Lightheaded. Some of the best fire starter that you will find in the woods right here. Some birch bark. Of course, you only want to take birch bark off of a dead tree, but this will get a fire started pretty easily. So pretty grateful that we have this big dead guy here next to the tents. Alrighty, and just like that, camp is all set up. The only thing we still have to do is get a fire going, but we are starting to process some of these smaller twigs and branches around the area. It's pretty picked clean, but I think we could get something going. So as you can see behind me, the old Kelty is back once again. Really nice area here. The waterfall is just over yonder. You can see my book bag, backpack hanging up. And then just on over this hillside here is a pretty epic view of Middle Fork running on through the valley. Check that out. Just a pretty epic campsite here. The sun, as you can see, is heading on over the hillside. So this is going to be the last bit of light that you see. It was an epic day. Like I said, we got 11 miles to do tomorrow. It's going to be tough. Hopefully we can get through it. But yeah, if anybody can, I think me and Ryan can handle it. So yeah, like I said, going to get the fire going and we're going to chill out the rest of the night. So join us by the fire. Plus we got this behind me, like that'll burn for a while.
Yeah. It's definitely good.
Yeah. We're just splitting this half and half.
With the water? Yeah.
Trying something new tonight. Never had this before. It is the venison country casserole. Sounds good, looks good. What do you got over there? Chicken fried rice.
Chicken fried rice.
Nice. I've had nothing but good things to say about these Peak refuels. The chicken Alfredo that I had last time was just as good as eating at Olive Garden. So yeah, I'm curious to see what the venison country casserole tastes like. We'll let you know in a second. Looks good. It smells good. One bite, everybody knows the rules. The sun has set. Just finished up my venison country casserole. Was not a big fan of it. I would give it a solid 4.5 out of 10. So probably the worst refuel I've had yet. But you win some, you lose some, I guess. But there's not much to see left here. So I think we're gonna call it a night. We'll be getting up. I think we want to be all packed up and out of camp at 8. And then we are gonna trek on back up the hill. And we got just about 12 miles to do tomorrow. So it's gonna be a challenge, it's gonna be a trek. But yeah, wish us luck. So see you in the morning. Always fun trying to hang a bear bag in a boulder field in the middle of the night. You didn't tie it too well.
Rock went over.
You're supposed to tie the rock to the rope. You want me to throw it up there? Oh, I've not laughed this hard in a while. All right, wrong branch, but it'll work, I think. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, another backpacking trip.
In the books. Cheers.
Not yet, but
Well, it's almost.
Alrighty folks, well good morning. Quick little morning update. We survived the night in the Black Bear Sanctuary. It is a little after 6:30. Slept like an absolute baby last night. The temperatures dropped down into the high 30s, but all is well here. The stars were incredible last night. They were giving Cherry Springs State Park a run for its money. But yeah, I got into the tent around 9 p.m. I always try to find new ways to keep warm in the fall and winter months. I went out and purchased these electric hand warmers, and decided I would give this a shot instead of doing the old Nalgene bottle trick. If you don't know about that, you can get boiling water out of one of your food dishes, pour that boiling water into a Nalgene bottle and throw it into your sleeping bag, and it's like a hot water bottle. It'll keep you warm all night. But I purchased these hand warmers, and I tell you what, I threw both of these into my sleeping bag whenever I got cold in a certain spot. You know, I would shove them into my shirt or warm up my hands. I used my sleeping bag as a hood last night, and man, it was one of the best night's sleeps I've ever gotten in a tent. My only complaint is, as you can see, I got some condensation in the tent, but that just means it was warm in here. So anyway, like I said, it is a little after 6:30. I have to get everything packed up, and then we are going to start our big ascent up to the parking area, if we make it. We did plan this to be a 2-nighter, but I think we're both ready to just bang out the last 11 to 12 miles. So that's the goal today. We'll see what happens. Not promising that we're going to finish this trail today. We could very well end up camping another night, but I think we're both ready to get out of the Cranberry Wilderness here. So yeah, Ron's gonna make some breakfast and then start packing up camp, and I think we want to be on the trail by 8, so I'll see you on the trail. What do you say?
Fine. I mean, I'm not certain that we're gonna make it, but
Should I hang on to these then?
the goal is certainly to make it.
All right, well, as you can see behind me, made it back to the waterfall here to do a little early morning filtering. It is a little after 8. We're running a little bit late, but camp is torn down. We got the food bags out of the tree, so I'm gonna throw this in the bag, and we're gonna be attempting our first stream crossing here bright and early. But yeah, not every day you get to filter water out of a waterfall. How cool is that? But yeah, this terrain here is just treacherous. Woke up, the leaves had a little bit of frost on them. So leaves are covered in frost, rocks are covered in leaves and moss, and it is not the ideal hiking situation. You could easily get into a pickle out here. Everything's slippery, everything's wet. Yeah, good times in West Virginia. But we didn't hear any banjos yet, so that's a plus.
I just hope we don't fall in the creek on our way over.
We probably will. You don't think you can make it? There's that other rock down from you. I don't know if that would be any easier. Just some of the views along the trail here to start us off. Nothing like a nice blowdown first thing in the morning. All right, well, let's do a little talking here. My bag is probably around 25 pounds after eating some meals and drinking some water and whatnot, going through supplies. As you can see, we are pretty darn deep in this valley here. In just a few hours, we will be on top of one of these ridges. We have nearly, I want to say 2,000 feet of elevation gain the rest of the day. You can see Middle Fork down below me here as it meanders on down through the rhododendron and birch trees before it links up with the Gauley Creek or Gauley River. If you're curious about that, we will be crossing that in probably the hour. And the Gauley River is one of the drainages that empty into the new river that I'm sure some of you folks have heard of out there. But yeah, the trail has been a little lackluster, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of blowdowns, but you'll have that obviously here in these wilderness areas. But the campsite we had last night was a good one. I mean, where else can you camp but the waterfall right in your backyard basically. But yeah, we're gonna continue on. We got another stream crossing coming up here relatively soon as we make it to another blowdown. But yeah, I'll see you down the trail. Ooh. So I'm standing here in this creek bed, and I mentioned it yesterday that West Virginia is in a historical drought right now. So imagine if you come down here just on a normal year, how difficult some of these stream crossings would be. They were difficult during drought conditions. Right where I'm standing right now, I'm guessing would be underwater, but yeah, we definitely lucked out. It would not be fun to be down here in November getting soaking wet crossing these streams. So you definitely want to, you know, do your research before coming down here. Well, some nice fall foliage. The higher we get in elevation here, you can see tons of reds, oranges, just kind of blanketing the hillsides here. A little fact about this area, these mountains that we're hiking through are called the Yew Mountains, Y-E-W, which are also a part of the Allegheny Mountains, which are also a part of the famous Appalachian Mountains. So we have probably gained a good 300 to 400 feet above the creek. You can barely hear it down below me right now. But as we gain nearly 2,000 feet in elevation today, you're going to see a drastic change as we get higher. You're going to see these birch trees and maples and oaks slowly turn into spruce and rhododendron the higher we get. So I'll be showing you that along the way. I'm really excited to make it to the area known as Narnia. So yeah, that's going to be the highlight of the day. Not a lot to see. I think we're going to get some mountain views, but that's about it. So we're trying to get at least 3 miles an hour, but it's tough with all the blowdowns and whatnot. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that moss-covered Narnia area that we briefly got to see yesterday. Ryan and I have been discussing what this was back in the day. Maybe an old logging road, or maybe access for a rail line that would have came through here during the logging operations in the 1800s and 1900s. Ryan was just telling me that this area had one of the biggest lumber operations east of the Mississippi. I just looked at my All Trails app, and it says that we are doing about 2.5 miles an hour going uphill. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We just gotta keep that pace up. Well, I just looked at the app, and we have ascended over 1,000 feet in elevation. And then, of course, you can see some of the first red spruce that we're running into today. So from here on out, the trail's probably gonna get more dense and more tight the higher we get here up in the U Mountains. But just wanted to show you that. That's the higher you go, the forest slowly changes. And I always found that fascinating. So we have about 8 miles left. Yeah, this last stretch of trail over the last, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 miles has been a real doozy. As you can see, we've said goodbye to our nice little logging road, and we are just meandering on through this pretty thick forest. But every step you take is pretty much just a muddy hole. My feet have been soaked since pretty much this morning, so definitely struggling with that. And we are also getting to the steepest section of the entire trail here. We are probably only a good maybe half a mile away from our next intersection, which will be the north-south trail, and that will mark, I want to say, about 6 miles left to the truck. So we are still making really good time, passing on through a nice little hemlock grove here. Absolutely gorgeous day. It's warming up, and yeah, wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
If you look at the topographical map, it's kind of, and we'll be going up again at some point.
Well, no backpacking trip would be complete without a proper airheads break time. So there you go.
Perfect. This is what I needed to get me going.
Yeah. Also, while we're sitting here, I meant to do this yesterday, but got Ryan a little present here. Went out and got everybody these dolly sods patches. So there you go.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Got the lion's head on it.
Yeah.
And he carried it almost 20 miles for me.
Yeah, that's
making me carry it the last 6.
That's like 10 miles off my 10 pounds off my back right there. So it's on you now, buddy. This right here, where we are located, is the main reason why I wanted to come out and document and backpack this area. This is such a unique biome here. Giant swath of land covered in this red spruce, moss as far as you can see. Yeah, this might not be the most glorious backpacking loop that you can do, but wow, you will not see anything like this anywhere else. This is truly, truly incredible. Yeah, this definitely was worth it for me. Ryan and I were talking about this loop, saying, you know, other than the waterfall, there wasn't much to see, but after coming up here, it was worth it. You know, if you like solitude, if you like quiet, even folks out there that want to practice their navigational skills, no blazes, no bridges. The trail gets pretty wonky in some areas. You definitely need to have an app or a satellite tracker to follow you, because you can get lost out here easily. And tell me how easy it would be to get lost in there. But yeah, I'm very fortunate right now. I'm glad I'm able to document this and show all you folks at home how special this area in West Virginia really is. So it looks like we're gonna head downhill into this little sapling area of red spruce. Very healthy, very vibrant forest here. Yeah, enough talking. Let's get to hiking. Yeah, this is no joke. Go into the wilderness, they said. It would be fun, they said. Well, would you look at this? After some more ups and downs, we have arrived at yet another beautiful spruce forest here. The trail has been pretty rugged. I've not been filming too much. A lot of bushwhacking, a lot of navigating, just a lot of nasty terrain, rocks, and just brush clearing. But as you can see, this is what makes it all worth it. The sun peeking on through these towering spruce trees and the green, vibrant forest floor makes up for everything that we went through today. Just incredible. So yeah, we got about 2 miles until we get back to the parking area, and we wrap up our big 11-mile day today. It was quite the adventure, seeing everything from waterfalls, camping along the creek, water crossings, these beautiful spruce forests that I can't get enough of. But yeah, it's been a pretty epic, nearly 20-mile adventure over 2 days. Please go check out Ryan's channel. He'll have his own little iteration of this entire adventure. You'll see some things that aren't in my video. Definitely go check him out. Great guy. Makes some great films on YouTube. But yeah, as I said, we're going to be wrapping things up here. As I take you through, you got another beautiful spruce forest here. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that tunes in each and every week, especially all the Patreon supporters out there that allow me to do these crazy adventures each and every week. And maybe if you're new here, maybe you found this video while doing some research on this area, please hit that subscribe button. We have a lot more backpacking content coming up. And next week we are heading up north to New York State for an all-new state park, a state park I've never been at. So that should be pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up here. We're gonna jump in the truck and drive on up to Elkins, West Virginia for the night, get some food, and call it a trip. But yeah, it's been a memorable one. Like I said, if you like quiet, if you like solitude, if you just want to get out and practice your navigation skills, this is the place to do it. This is the wilderness. This is one of the most secluded areas I've ever been at. You know, Dolly Sods, the Adirondacks, they're both wilderness areas, but I don't think they come close to just how remote this place feels. We've only seen, what, maybe 2 or 3 other people over the last 30 hours and 20 miles. So yeah, but enough rambling. I'm gonna get back to the truck and just relax. So yeah, it's been an adventure. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, Maxim Outdoors signing out.
Another one down. Another one in the books.